Yep. Woo. Hello everyone, one last time. It's once again Edwin from Junction.
And hi, I'm Akseli from Junction also. And welcome to the closing ceremony of Solve the SDGs Hackathon 2022.
The closing ceremony features the top 5 teams you have all voted for, the pitches by these teams, as well as the challenge winners picked by our partners. And of course, finally followed by the winner of the whole hackathon.
Ooh, that's so exciting. And before we get into it, I would like to share some pretty exciting numbers. So, we had 224 registered participants for the event, and together they created 32 innovative projects. And we are so proud that we had 46 nationalities from Europe, Africa, Asia, and both South and North America. What a diverse group of people.
Wow, that is something that we can be super proud of.
So, top 5 teams will be presenting shortly, but Edwin, how did we choose the top 5 teams from the voting that everybody did?
That's a pretty good question. As you saw, we used the gavel voting system, which determines the most popular projects with an algorithm that tries to compare all the projects equally, eliminating the different biases that we humans might have. Pretty cool, huh?
Super cool. Would you take the honors and tell us who made it to the top 5?
That would be my pleasure. So the top 5 teams in randomized order are Team Climo.
Woo! Go Climo!
Team Core. Team Energy X. Team Larpalo. And Team City Hatching. Wow. Huge congratulations to all of you. You have made it to the top, voted by all the participants together. And now it is time to invite them to the stage or virtually to the stage on Zoom. So first, let's invite Team Climo doing the Smart and Sustainable Cities Challenge by Espoo to the stage.
Hello, everyone. My name is Klein, and together with G, we are solving SDG 11 with our idea named Climo. Our mission is to implement zero waste solution while using Espoo's existing plastics in the value chain. Our vision is to promote circularity through technology-based solution which leads responsible consumptions that positively impact our society and the environment. Our resources will be automation, IoT technology, Espoo's existing plastics, and circular economy concept and its principles. Climo will be solving for 3 types of stakeholders: our consumers, the city, and business and establishments. Our concept is pretty simple. We want to eliminate single-use plastic packaging and turn this to this. Our solution is an automated refill machine that will serve customers to refill their own containers. These machines will be designated to places such as supermarkets and university areas. The concept itself can be also served as a service for schools and private and public offices. How Climo works and its logistics is that when we are notified that there are empty gallons inside our machines, is that we will collect it and deliver it to our warehouse where we will wash it and refill the gallons. In addition, we will be developing an application where our users can pay through and also they can track Climo's impact, our partners' impact, and their personal impacts. In addition, we will be putting a section for awareness and tips such as recycling tips or news from Espoo about their youth sustainability goals and achievements. In addition, the data that will be gathered from our application will be used for our customer analytics, which will be used for future developments. There are currently similar concepts existing in the global market, which proves that this idea is scalable. And we believe that with the help of the Espo City and Cairo project, Climo will be on its way to be refilling your containers in the future. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you, Team Climo. I think I would definitely fill my shampoo bottle if that was in Otaniemi's K-Market. But the next team is Team Core for challenge climate crisis as a human rights issue by Kymppi Project.
The big one. Yeah.
Hey, I'm Daniel,
And I'm Barbara.
and we are from
Core.
Climate change has been affecting the whole world, especially regions such as Horn of Africa, which is home to almost 300 million people. Let's take a look to one of the countries in the region, which is Somalia. Around 80% of the populations in Somalia, there are farmers, and most of them are animal farmers. So they are very dependent on water. So when there is a drought, this drought kills animal, reduce food supply, and also displace people. This condition is even worse because because Somalia is one of the poorest country in the world. An average Somalian only earns 1.1 euro per day. Unfortunately, the water situations in Somalia is not entirely unpredictable. It can be predicted by the existing data and by the existing research. Therefore, it gives enough time for farmers to plan their actions and mitigate their difficult situations. Our digital platform, called Core, is created to contribute to solving this challenge. The name is derived from a word in Somalian language, which is a bell attached to a camel. And then when a farmer is missing a camel, she can find it by warning of the bell, by the sound from the bell. Likewise, we hope Core can give a warning to Somalian farmers about the changing climates. Now, Barbara will explain about the app, how it works.
Thank you, Daniel. So, all the necessary information is stored and collected in one place. Next slide. A convenient and user-friendly interface will allow cooperatives to track weather change using a constantly changing calendar. The database contains basic but so needed information about each farm, such as contact information of the farmer, the amount of livestock, the location, and also the amount of the employees. And the map with the customizable filters allows you to monitor the situation in the region. Thanks to the application, cooperatives will be able to receive all the necessary information in one time, in one place, and farmers, in return, will receive simple text messages or digital pushes, containing fully necessary information that will help them to adapt to the changing climate. To implement this project, we'll work together with partners and utilize the existing information and network to have been built and collected in Somalia. We'll collect historical climate data highly affecting conditions in the region and model the calendar. Afterwards, we'll engage with cooperatives to reach farmers who are the end beneficiaries of our app Core. Feedback from cooperatives and farmers is crucial to our app and will help us improve our digital platform during time. With Core, all farmers can mitigate the changing climate. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Team Core. Next up, we have Team Energy X doing the Energy Revolution Now, challenged by Alta University and Alta Ventures program.
Hello. let's see. Yeah, I think I'm on the screen. Hi, I'm Visa from the team EnergyX. We have 3 people, but sadly I'm the only one who could make it. And yeah, let's get to the presentation. All right. If every house in Finland was kept just 3 degrees lower temperature, Finland would be independent from Russian energy. Finland imports around 3 terawatt hours of energy from Russia, which is a lot. But when you put it in perspective, compared, for example, to total amount of heating or total amount of water heating used in Finland, it pales in comparison. Reducing apartment heating by 7.5%, we could, in theory, be independent from the Russian energy. Even though these tools are available to us, the question is why isn't action being taken? Well, the problem is that the action is in the hands of the individual people, and there isn't good enough incentives in place to direct that kind of behavior. We thought about using gamification backed by psychology to direct people to form more habits that help them to be more energy efficient. Introducing EnergyX app. On EnergyX app, you have several different goals and challenges you can take, as well as up-to-date information about what kind of effect your efforts have had. Here, for example, you can take the challenge of saving hot water by taking cold showers every morning. And here you can see how you can find other people who are taking the same challenge and keep track of your behavior. The idea is to integrate into different kind of IoT services and from the smart homes get data on how much energy you are spending and what you can do to save it. By completing these challenges and creating these virtuous behaviors, you earn points on the app, which then later can be redeemed for different kind of benefits and perks. The benefits would be funded by the energy saved, and we would require a partnership with energy companies for this to happen. Yes, thank you.
Thank you, Visa and Team EnergyX. So, next up, another popular project, according to you guys, is by Team Larpallo, who is solving the challenge real-world interaction by AI to AI. Please welcome them on stage.
Here's them.
How can we play the video?
I think it's just...
Okay. Hi, we are Team Larpallo, and the project we are proposing is called Beyond Play, and I'm Lu, and this is Ruda.
I'm Ruda.
We have another remote teammate now currently in Prague, and both of us are from design. Play it. This one?
There should be a video playing now.
Bzzz.
Thank you.
Okay, no, it's okay. Can we go to the next slide?
Go to the next slide.
Next slide, please, technicians.
Okay, what you've seen just now is our idea aims to introduce Palo as educational robotics for school teaching coding and programming through the way of live action role play. but how live action role play can make an impact on solving SDG 3, 4, and 5. It refers to the good health, quality education, and gender equality. It's kind of obvious that LARP can enhance the well-being through real-world interactions, training of motor skills, also education, because it's a pedagogy tool for experiential learning and self-expression, also collaboration. But then, how does it relate to gender inequality?
Well, in the technological boom of the 1990s, it spawned countless opportunities for women, for people around the world. But a historically marginalized group is women. And actually, the percentage of women from 1990s to now has actually decreased, being under 28% of the workforce at the moment. This is especially in engineering and computer science. So young women, they tend to talk to their friends more. They tend to care more about their reputation and put more emotional value towards their relationships. So there's this leaky pipeline between the education and the employment, as these emerging female scientists, mathematicians, and mechanical engineers are discouraged by the perception of the subject, as well as the people associated with the subject in the world. And to combat this, we aim to move from these abstract concepts that are being taught in schools to a more hands-on learning, which would put emphasis on the social and creative nature of STEM. So our solution is a model in which the students are being put into, the devices being put into schools, and then the students have a chance to do experiential learning. They can see what the different sensors there are. Then the game is introduced so that the people have a basis for imagination, and we allow the students to customize the game mechanics. For example, by drawing a circle, me and Lou could exchange points. So there's this feedback of code and feedback to this loop that goes on in the class. Then the students have a chance to experience the game themselves and play it, and think about if the game rules that they decided. Finish your sentence when it's important. Okay. Sad. And the community expands. Yeah.
Another thing we find out during the research. Oh, sorry. Okay.
It's been 4 minutes now. I'm sorry, but
yeah.
Thank you
But
so much.
Thank you. It's okay.
And last but definitely not least, we have Team City Hatching doing the challenge by Peace Invaders, Wicked Helsinki, and Cholera Peace. Please come to the stage. You have
Welcome to City Hatching, the solution for making citizens engaged in the sustainable development of their city. We do so by providing a geocaching-like experience to explore local geo-targets. There's an ongoing challenge in land use planning to collect comprehensive, understandable, and high-quality input from citizens in urban development projects, as well as having access to valuable local knowledge. Citizens may not be aware of their city is planning or not engaged in the process at all. And even if citizens are engaged and actively involved, it can be difficult to understand planners' technical jargon. Rina is a city planner in Espoo who is looking for citizen input about a new project on Aalto's campus. In the web application, she can easily create a new point, write a short description, and link to more detailed city plans. Respondents must physically visit and interact with the site before answering the survey. Chris is looking to learn more about Espoo and get involved with the local development. With the City Hatching mobile app, she can easily answer a survey about a construction site on her way to work or explore a new nature trail on her weekend off. Upon visiting the geopoints in the app, Chris unlocks more in-depth information about the location and is rewarded with experience points and virtual rewards. From here, she also provides input and proposes new points and projects in her neighborhood.
Here you can scan the QR code if you want to try out our demonstration. There are two options, wireframes from Figma or using the web application that we already built to show the proof of concept. So as you can see, there are two different types of geo-targets at the moment. One for planned proposals, and the other ones are only informational. And the most interesting part about them is that they are not accessible right away, and it's not just an informational board, but you have to unlock this. It works by unlocking more information in collaboration tools by actually visiting these places. So because of slide gamification, we gain more information about city before actively giving feedback and making decisions within the app. In terms of collaboration, there are two main dimensions for communication. Horizontal one among citizens is in comments section and threads like forums under each geo-target, and also by contributing information. And there is also vertical communication dimension with city officials through the actual creation of geo-targets. You can go 2 slides ahead. Here you can see the dashboard where officials can enter their data. And the main challenge is to design these geo-targets and feedback forms in a way to find common language in communication between citizens and officials.
So we provide 5 main channels for users to engage in a dialogue with their cities and their communities, which is crucial for making citizens' voices heard in land use planning and being a part of the city planning process. Our solution mainly focuses on sustainable cities and communities, on the next slide. But it also has potential to be used for peacekeeping and post-war renewal. For example, in Ukraine, it could be used to preserve information about destroyed buildings and infrastructure, data which can then be given to city planners for rebuilding. Through the app, we also solve SDGs 3, 4, and 17 by getting citizens active and outside, creating accessible education, and forming partnerships between people, cities, and countries. Along the way, the app also educates people about many other sustainable development goals and projects. Feel free to get in contact with any of our team members if you're interested and engage in your city's sustainable development today. Explore, discuss, and propose.
Thank you for your attention.
Wow.
Wow, that was nice. Congratulations to the top 5 teams. You have done impressive work over the weekend, evaluated by your peers. And thank you so much to everybody participating in the event, the live and the remote participants. You all did a great work. You have helped us approach these important problems from different perspectives, and we are now one step closer to a more sustainable world.
Thank you all. But next, we need to decide the overall winner for the hackathon. During the following 5 minutes, all of you have a chance to vote a team out of those top 5 in the top 5 to be the overall winner of Solve the SDGs 2022. So get your phones ready because
the 5 minutes starts now.
So you can actually now go to your Junction app dashboard, or you can scan the QR code and sign in to your Junction account, and then vote for your favorite project. But you know what? Actually, I think we need some music for this.
You know what? I think so too. Let's get some music.
I have just a tune. Let me see if I can find it. Very dramatic.
Yes. All right, so to the virtual participants now, what is happening here live, everybody is intensively voting on their phones, so you should too on the online. And now we have a bit of time that everyone is voting, so we would at the same time want to unveil something specifically made for this hackathon.
That is right. The SDGs in mind, we have made a limited edition of the Solve the SDGs shirt.
It is made from the extra t-shirts from last year's Junction's main event, and they have been given a new life as the official shirts for this event with the Solve the SDGs 2022 logo.
Otherwise, these shirts would have gone to a landfill, so this is as great of a deal for you as it is for the planet. This means that we have a limited number of these shirts and a limited number of sizes, so be sure to grab yours soon after the closing ceremony if you want one. This is such a cool idea, don't you think so, Akseli?
Definitely, and something we can also take into consideration in the future Junction events.
Awesome. Actually, talking about the future events, we actually have a pretty exciting announcement to make now, because we have the Junction 2022 dates confirmed.
Ooh, this is so exciting, and we would of course love to see all of you there at our largest live hackathon of this year. Junction 2022 will be happening on November from 4th to 6th.
Yes. I can't wait to hear more about this year's Junction. When will we hear more?
Well, the best thing you can do now is to follow us on the social media and sign up for our newsletter. We also have some amazing surprises coming in the near future.
What surprises are coming?
Well, Edwin, you will just have to see it to believe it. So stay tuned for that.
Well, I guess I have to sign up for the newsletter and follow Junction on all social medias, so to be informed of all changes that are happening.
Definitely.
But we still have a couple of minutes, so we'll give a little bit of time for you to get ready.
Some people have already put down their phones, so I guess those people really got convinced about some specific pitch. Let's see.
The decision is really hard. I mean, all of the projects were really cool.
Definitely.
So, definitely can't wait to see what we might have. So now we have 1 minute.
How did you sleep last night, Edwin?
Well, I mean, I slept a couple of hours, but I was so excited for today to see everything, so I was so nervous. I mean, but it's nothing compared to the things that you had to go through with working all through night. But it really showed up. I mean, I looked at some of the projects, and the level is really high.
Yep.
So good job everybody. Cool. Are we still? We have now 10 seconds, so make your decision really fast. Oh, let me get the music. It wasn't so dramatic after all.
Yeah.
So the voting stops now. So now So now our technicians are going crazy out there. Let's see how we really. But we still have to be a little bit patient because.
Yes. So finally, before we get the results of the voting, we are going to find out who won each challenge set by our partners. So, partners will come onto the stage and explain why these teams won the challenge.
Yes, but before we invite the partners, we'll watch the challenge video, and then we'll invite the partners up to explain why they chose that exact project. The first challenge is real-world interactions by AI to AI. The challenge was to advance a sustainable development goal by designing an application for a real-world interaction device. Let's see the video.
Our goal with this project is to increase exercise among elderly people and help them to avoid loneliness. Many seniors live alone without many contacts. Do you think that they move enough? I do not. For instance, my grandpa is a good example. He has issues with his memory, and there should be something to motivate him to move. And for this reason, we wanted to introduce this idea for the pallo. There would be less loneliness with the pallo, and there would be more exercise. With the pallo, you can see how often a senior has had a visitor. With the pallo, you can see how much exercises a senior has had. As you can see on the green screen, there are colors on the balls. The color shows how often you have had a visitor, and the amount of the colors shows how much exercise you have had. Red color, for example, indicates that the person hasn't had exercise or he hasn't seen people in a while. Less color, the better. With the help of pallo, elderly people could get together and exercise. They would have a great reason to keep moving together. The idea
Let's welcome AI to AI to the stage.
All right, thank you. We had a lot of excellent teams, and we had a really hard time deciding which one is going to be the best of them. So all the ideas that we got were great. Thank you for them. We chose this one mainly because it sticks to one singular subject and explains who the target market is, I guess.
Wonderful.
Thank you so much for the team, and congratulations for winning the AI to AI challenge. Next, let's find out who is the winner of the challenge Smart and Sustainable Cities by City of Espoo. In this challenge, the teams needed to work on how to co-create smart and sustainable solutions to smart cities by engaging, empowering, and inspiring citizens to commit to solving the SDGs in the cities. So let's now watch the video, and after that, welcome the representative of Espoo to the stage.
In order to stay under 1.5 degrees of warming, cities will have to look very different than they do today. But this future can feel out of reach, hard to imagine, and harder still to practice.
People need the opportunity to observe sustainability in action if they are to truly appreciate how it feels.
Welcome to 2050 Today, a carbon-negative, energy-positive network of buildings driven by innovations in energy, food and water systems. We present a fully immersive community experience, a place where everyone, young and old, can come together and practice living sustainably. Here, you may find urban gardening, week-long immersive stays, sustainability workshops, community building events, exhibitions of local artists, educational tours of the latest innovations in energy, food, water systems, and more. We have the tools and expertise to bring this vision to life right away, and it can serve as a model for developing sustainable livelihood initiatives in urban communities across the world.
Starting with a physical space, we then partner with instructors and the major eco-friendly companies in the city. We engage the community to hear what solutions are most exciting to them. We implement these solutions with support from grants and community partners, and continually evolve the community over time. The outcome, we hope, is a thriving network of inspired individuals, well educated about the ways to advance sustainable practices in their communities. At the end of the day, all cities are made up of people. By inspiring and educating the people in sustainable solutions, the city will be soon to follow.
So let's welcome Espoo to the stage.
Thank you. First of all, huge thank you for all the participants. Already at this point, I also would like to acknowledge all the Ventures Program and Junction. I think you made an incredible event and experience out of this. Quick thing about the challenge. When we designed it to be very open-ended and complex. The idea was that there's enough room for the teams to really adventure and find their own route. I think this turned out to be a good decision. I want to mention two teams especially. First being the Wired app. I think incredible business potential, even though we still need to work how to involve city into it. I think you had a wonderful business idea there. And also the show and tell group, the team, I think if I would have to choose one team that had the most amazing growth experience during this weekend, I definitely choose you. I think from complex beginning situation, tremendous growth towards the end. Three teams, although now I understand city hatching is part of another challenge, but 3 out of the close to 15 teams did super exceptional work. Publica, I think their idea of how they understood the challenge and defined it was truly special. Their participatory approach. Then 2050 today, which the video we saw. The thing is that in addition to geohatching Publica, the thing that 2050 realized and did an amazing work was to involve the whole community of Espoo. And I think that scales to many other communities. So unfortunately, public servants are not wise. It's terrible to recognize that, but that's the honest, brutal truth. The thing is, the community is smart and wise. When we engage citizens, NGOs, startups, large companies, small companies, then we make the magic happen. And I think that 2050 today just had that brilliantly. Thank you.
Thank you, and congratulations to the winning team. Our next winner is from the challenge Climate Crisis is a Human Rights Issue by Kympi Project. In this challenge, teams were expected to create an easy-to-use digital solution to help communities in the Horn of Africa to increase their resilience against the increasing damages caused by climate change. Let's watch the video.
It's been affecting the whole world, especially regions such as the Horn of Africa, home to almost 300 million people. Let's take a closer look at Somalia, where the people often suffer from severe droughts. On average, a Somalian earns around €1 per day. More than 80% of the population are farmers and primarily handle livestock that highly depends on water. Droughts kill animals and crops. Here is Amina. She is a livestock farmer who earns €5 per day by selling milk from her animals. When the drought hit, most of her animals died. If only Amina had known of the drought in advance, she could have prepared for the effects. Luckily, the rainfall in Somalia is not entirely unpredictable. Our app Core compiles existing data to forecast climate much earlier in advance. Core develops unique climate calendars and shares this information with farmers' cooperatives in Somalia. Cooperatives can store their members' relevant databases in Core and provide early warnings essential for Amina and other farmers through SMS. Amina can take actions based on that information, such as slaughtering the animals earlier, relocating the livestock, or looking for an additional job during the difficult year. To implement this project, we will work together with partners and utilize their existing infrastructure and network that have been built in Somalia. We will collect historical climate data highly affecting conditions in the region and model the calendar. Afterwards, we will engage with cooperatives to reach farmers who are the end beneficiaries of CORE. Feedback from cooperatives and farmers is vital to improving the accuracy of our forecast. With CORE, Amina and other farmers can mitigate the changing climate.
Project up to the stage.
I would like to thank all the teams, brilliant teams who have been taking part solving the challenge, as well as I would like to thank also the team from Junction and also the team who have been hosting the event and the university also. From the resolving the winner point of view, all the 6 teams have done a very good job. 3 teams have come to the top, which have been CORE and also IOSIS and CLIME. All of them have tried their best to solve the challenge and to bring something that can be also implemented. Why we have chosen CORE, the reason was that from the implementability point of view, simplification, and also finding also partners to implement this forward. This has been to the side of the CORE team, who have done, to my view, a great initiative to ease the challenges that the farmers and also the countryside people are facing in terms of the climate change. So thank you very much to the team, and thank you also all of you. Thanks.
Thank you.
That is very impressive, and congratulations to Team CORE. You are now competing for the double title of the event. It's so amazing how teams create these ingenious ideas only in 48 hours. Next is Peaceful and Sustainable Ukraine by Peace Invaders, Wicked Helsinki, and Color Up Peace. Teams joined the effort to help Ukraine by creating innovative interventions to reduce suffering, meet acute needs, and repair what the war has destroyed. So let's play the video.
We are Skills for Peace, and we believe in shared skills for an accessible, sustainable future where no one is left behind. War in Ukraine is complex with big consequences. Cities are being destroyed and communities are being disrupted. People with disabilities are being left behind. For example, young Marichka here with reduced mobility that has an uncertain future after the war. There is a need to build better, as we can see from the picture, and we want to be part of building a sustainable and accessible future for all of us. There are people that want to help, but there might be hard ways to find out how they can get the help across to Ukraine. So we present purposeful volunteering. First, there arises a need in Ukraine, which in this case might be help with building an accessible library. They could fill in which themes of expertise they need, like city planning, construction, accessible design, and then which kind of occupation might help them, like an architect. Then we find out some volunteers, an expert volunteer that can fill out their information and expertise, which in this case could be architecture, design, accessible design, city planning, and so on. And then they have to also share a project they have been working on, like being part of designing the highly accessible library, Oodi, in Helsinki. And then we bring these people together with purposeful volunteering by matching the needs of Ukraine and those of the expert volunteers. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Skills for Peace, and thank you, everybody. I think as mentors and as judges, we had a very interesting experience because we were only mentoring one team throughout these 3 days, Skills for Peace. But then when the judging time came, we realized that also 2 other teams have tried to think about how their solutions could perhaps integrate the situation that Ukraine is in now, or how their solution could relate to, could be extrapolated, let's say, to Ukraine. So how we chose the winner is that we thought, first of all, how well the solution responds to the challenge that we articulated. And on Friday, when Nupo and I were pitching this challenge to you, we also encourage you to think about what we can do from here, from Finland, and now. And we really appreciated how the solution by Skills for Peace builds relationships between people of Finland and people of Ukraine through purposeful volunteering. And one great thing that we can learn about peace technology also through this example is that a lot of the time peace technology is about contextual innovation and less about technological innovation. And that means using the resources that are already existing to address a new need. And we also really wanted to say thank you to the other 2 teams for thinking about Ukraine, and to just highlight how important it is to really think deeply about the context in time and across time to make sure that every solution, even if designed for peace, actually doesn't do harm. Like, how do we reduce risks? So yeah, thank you very much, and it was a great pleasure to be part of this challenge and experience with you.
Thank you. What a great project, and I really hope it can, in the future, make a real impact. Next, we have Energy Revolution Now by Aalto University. Teams came together to reimagine opportunities for saving and generating energy to achieve energy independence in EU. So let's watch the video.
SDG number 7. If every house in Finland was kept 3 degrees lower, Finland would be independent from Russian energy. Finland imports around 3 terawatt-hours of energy from Russia. This is a lot of energy, but compared to, for example, the energy use in housing, it pales in comparison. For example, just reducing the heating energy by 7.5%, we could be completely independent from Russian energy. Same applies to, for example, usage of hot water. If it would be possible to reduce the usage of hot water by such amount that we could reach that 3 terawatt-hours threshold. So why don't people do that when these solutions are so available? Well, they are lacking incentives. In introducing EnergyX, our project aims to create gamified system where making these small improvements and changes to your life is worthwhile and engaging. Here, for example, we have the case of here you can set this goal for yourself of cold showers and see your friends are also taking the challenge. The product would integrate into different smart home applications and IoT in such way that the data would be accurate. By completing these tasks, you would earn points, which you could change for real-world benefits. For example, via partnership with energy companies who seek to reduce the amount of imported energy. Yes, thank you.
And let's welcome Aalto. You want to come to the stage? Awesome.
So thank you, everybody. We were also quite thrilled to have both on-site and online engagements, and literally around the world, because there were calls to Indonesia and other places. And I think that we also had then 2 good runner-ups. So I would like to give recognition to the team that came second, which is the Virid app, had also good creativity and fabulous video storytelling, but the winner of the team of the stream is Energy X, and big congratulations. And we felt that this team really excelled in tying kind of the research into the action, and also showing how individual small steps, like considering the temperature of the shower, on collective level kind of take the impact to something where we can become energy independent, and visualizing it, and also then adding there the gamification perspective that people can interact with each other. So therefore I really congratulate the team, but also congratulate everyone participating here, because I have enjoyed totally seeing these videos, and I think there is future for these innovations. Thank you.
Thank you to all of the teams. It's super interesting to see that our partners and the participants have actually selected many of the same projects as the best ones. But what do they say? Bright minds think alike. But hey, big kudos to all the teams and their innovative solutions. You have done a very impressive job. You should all be very proud of the work that you have done here. Let's give a big applause to all of you.
Woo. Woo. Wonderful. And a slight note to all the winners. So remember to check your email next week, where you will be receiving further information about claiming your prizes. But now, it is time.
Yes, it's time to find out the winner of Solve the SDGs 2022.
And I've just been informed that it was very tight. So it has been an intense 43, to be exact, hours. And we would like to thank everyone who has contributed with their ingenious solutions to this good cause. And also thank you to all of our partners for bringing interesting and important challenges to solve.
Yes, thank you all. And now, the overall winner.
Let's make a little bit of drum roll, everybody. Team Core.
Woo! Congratulations to the winner of Solve the SDGs.
You can come to the
Let's
stage.
give him the big hand. Come on stage, come on stage.
Wonderful. Please come on stage, guys.
Come here. Team Core, the double title winners of this event.
Wonderful. So how are you feeling right now?
Yeah, great.
Well, wonderful. So, and what's the future now? Are you gonna? What are you gonna do with this? I mean, you have to do something.
Well, yeah. First, thank you very much for voting for us. It really means a lot to us. And I think we're gonna talk with our partner. Like we have been talking with them actually, and then we see how we're gonna make it real, and then hopefully it can be implemented in Somalia. Yeah.
Wonderful. One more big round of applause to Team Core. Yeah.
Thanks one person, actually.
Of course.
I would really like to thank MJ, because she actually convinced us to go here when we met her in Kenya.
Yeah. Good for MJ. Awesome. Thank you so much. Again, applause for your Team Core. Wonderful. So, woo, that was exciting. I was nervous for that one as well. So, reaching the Sustainable Development Goals is not something that ends with just a hackathon. It is a continuous journey for all of us.
Definitely, and we hope that you take the hacker mindset with you and continue working towards a more sustainable future.
And remember, for Aalto University students, you can claim 2 credits for participation in this hackathon. So to do that, yes, that's wonderful. Thank you, Aalto. I wish I could get some credits. To do that, check out the instructions in the participants guide. Also, the teams that wanted to have a short feedback session from partners, please continue your scheduled discussion with partners.
All right, that's a wrap. Thank you everyone once again, and now we can get some sleep finally.
Well, yes, we have an ending video, but thank you so much for participating in the Solve the SDGs. Thank you.